So this is going to be a how-to put the wheel well, I guess, back on the quarter panel that's not inside the car, right? So first step when you do it, you take the metal side, if you can see on the other side, the metal. And make sure it's facing inside the panel so you can line up those holes with the U-bolts, I guess is kind of what they're called. You know those annoying clips like that break all the time? I guess they're called U-bolts, that's what I heard they're called. You're going to need a 10 mil socket for those. And you're going to have to put all those in there after you line it up. And then you got bigger ones that you have to put in there. But I'll show you when I get there. I just got one more to put there. And you can see the holes there. That one don't really line up, so it's going to be kind of hard to do. But that's how it's going to go. So now you're going to lose that 10 millimeter socket. And you're going to throw on a 13. A 13. And you got to make sure you lose the 10 millimeter socket. You know how it is. And it's going to be these ones with the big washer on there. They're going to go there, 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 and there. And that's going to be what you got to do. You just put them there. Don't do it too tight so you don't crack the plastic. Now all that is done, it's ready to go back in the car. Alright, when it's all assembled, you fight with it to get this bracket to line up with two holes right here. These screws look like these. They take 13 mil. And then you need a screw like that one, that's 15. And then there's two like these. They're also 15 mil. And they go right here. The door's off this one, so it's really easy to do it. I can probably do it with a ratchet and not have to fight with a wrench. Yep, that's where all the wiring goes for the door and stuff. And then screws to the door. This car's been repainted a lot. Stripping the hood down. We're doing it because you can see how crazy the paint texture is. Look at that. No focus. Those are literally craters. Really rough and rusty. I don't know what grit this is. Some mystery grit was on it when I grabbed the sander. It's my sander. My dad likes to use it randomly, so that's what it is. Plan changed. Paint really rough. I'm gonna be here for 100 years trying to strip it down. Nothing. And you know, you see it's really rusty. Lots of fitting. So I'm gonna use that. Lather this on there. It works pretty good. If you want to get something done on bare metal really fast, this with a plastic scraper, after you put it on there, peels the paint off really fast. Okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, I put it over the hood, so now I'm just going to brush it in there. Try to keep it kind of thick so it can work. I know I probably didn't put enough on there, but we'll find out. A little bit goes a long ways. As long as it doesn't dry out super fast, that actually works pretty good. So let's see how it works with this paint. Make sure you get the lines really good for the body, so you don't accidentally destroy those. Oh, you get the... Oh, okay, you get the idea. I'm gonna do this to the entire hood, so it's done. I'll get back to you after I'm ready to scrape it off. So the stuff I'm using is the crisp strip. It says citrus scent. I guess it kind of smells like oranges. It says natural fumes. With dry latex oil-based paints and strips multiple layers. I know it even strips car paint too, even though it's none of those. So it says blah 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 with chemical resistant gloves. After 3 minutes up to 24 hours, spray small test area to see if it finish is ready for removal. It said if you got a lot on there, it probably will be good in like 15, 30 minutes. It's great. If you're in a good shit area. And this is, I could put more on there, a lot more, but this is just enough to see what I'm getting at. I'm gonna wait 15 minutes and get back to you. Alright, I lied. It's the next day. So let it sit overnight a little bit. Because wherever this paint is super stubborn. So I didn't want to peel off. I'm assuming probably original paint. Because I've had experience with the original paint with the car being really tough. So I'm going to scrape all this off. I'm going to get back to you. We'll see what that gets. I'm probably going to do some light sanding. Alright, here it is after all that paint has been scraped off. You know, you can see there's lines in there, so it's still really rough. So you can't paint that. Obviously, it's got stuff on there to destroy paint anyway, so I'm just going to knock it down. I think this is either 80 or 60 grit. I can't remember. All that. A little bit. Probably record some of it. I'll get back to you. But all the paint scraped. Just doing a little bit of... Alright, side note, turned out really good. I got distracted a little bit. I ended up helping my mom get some rocks to do a porch, do rocks around the porch and stuff that we were building. So I ended up getting some food out of it. And I had to buy paint anyways, which is on top of the trash can. I realized I didn't have any primer. So I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna get back to finishing the hood. Alright, I got it sanded down, stripped down to how I want it. Gonna start doing Bondo and primer and stuff. I might do a little bit more sanding where I'm gonna be putting Bondo and stuff, because you know I need to get all that junk off. Wait, here's good. I think I have a chemical. It's for metal and concrete cleaning chemical. It takes all that rust off, so don't worry about it. So all I have to do is cover up the pitting with some Bondo. I know it really sucks. I had to put Bondo on it because the pitting is so bad. I might have to put something here because there's a weird spot here. There's a big divot there. I don't know from what. I'm probably just going to do a sheet over the whole thing, probably. Look at how rough it is. I still got quite a bit of paint there. I can probably knock that down here. Got a lot of this still. It's really bad pitting. In there. This is my lines doing weird things. So. It's turning out. It's going somewhere. I know I'm spending a lot more time on this hood than I thought I would. But it's getting somewhere. This is really hard to get these clean. Still got a lot of sand to do still. But I'm probably gonna, so I have something else to do. Start wipe it off real good with the chemical I'm talking about. And start layering some Bondo on there and stripping that down. Alright. Alright, let's see the condition of this Bondo. Let's see where it's at. This has been on a shelf for a long time. You can see the can's nasty. I had to find a piece of cardboard to put it on, something to mix it up. And cards. Looks pretty good. Oh, shit. Okay. Here it is. Really discolored, but see if I can mix that up and that does something. I probably wouldn't use that if it was cards keeping. But yeah, I'm setting this one up to sell because, like y'all know, I got one. Dad got one. There's a tree over there. There's another one over there, but you can't see it. So we got El Caminos. So here it is. It says concrete and metal prep, rust remove, surface prep. MVC removes rust, press metal for painting, and etches concrete so coating adheres. So I'm gonna use this to clean up some of that rust because it does work really good. And it is, I think it is some kind of acid, obviously. And it doesn't bother my hands, but when my dad gets it on his hands, it said chews his fingers out, makes them turn white. Like, I guess like it foams on his fingers and whatnot. So it's weird. So I'm gonna drip a little bit over the panel, and I'm gonna wipe it off real good. I'm gonna do that off camera. I'm probably gonna get it dry. Make sure it's dry. I'm going to rest of it. So the rest of it, like you can see there. Probably did show you camera the rest of it. Okay, this is my finger, so you can see the rest of it. I think I'm okay. My hands are really too. So my hand is on everything. Make sure all good. Oh, you still see the shiny inside. You still see bubbles in there. Oh, that's it. Probably 10, 15 minutes like this. No, I'm not really good. I'm done. Alright, I got you. All done. Alright, so it's another day. Of course. This time goes quick, anyways. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be feeling around the hood, trying to find stuff that doesn't feel right, and then I'm going to mark it with a Sharpie. Alright? Like, here. There's a spot I was talking about it the other day. So I'm just going to mark where I want to put some Bondo, so I can do it quickly, because, you know, Bondo dries really fast. So, now this whole hood is wild, you know. Like over here, it's all crazy. Oh yeah, all that. There's one big no spot. Picking up a little bit of dust. Maybe I gotta wipe it off a little more. All right. That feels pretty good right there. Hot from being in the sun, so that's also kind of a good thing. Alright. Something's going on here. There's a bump right here, so I'm not sure what to do with that. I'm just gonna scribble there. Probably put a little bit all around here then. Yeah? Okay. Alright, that's about the amount I'm going to use of some Bondo to get started. And then the hardener. I know people say you're supposed to do a strip across, but this stuff dries way faster. We do a strip across. You don't have time to work with it, so I'm going to put that like that, and I'm going to mix it up real good. And then I'm going to sit you guys on the hood so you aren't in my way, so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so that's a good spot, I think. You can see the first spot. My Sharpie, I'll move you guys around too, I think. Grab one. Like you can see that's a lot already because it's still blue in there. This stuff is already really thick the way it is. Alright. Rubbish. Yeah, let's do it. Been a while since I worked in Bondo, so forgive me. I'm rusty. Alright, that should be good enough for that. Alright, so spin you guys. You can see it's hot and fall over. My bonder's dry on me. I'm going to be rambling a whole bunch. I'm going to try not to. No extra everywhere. Try to have nails on this thing outside. So, messed up. Alright, that should be good enough for that. I'm probably going to need to mix more. So, that's when you guys, you can see when I go there. I'm going to do this away from the line I don't want to take away. Alright, that should be pretty good. Okay. Bam. Some more. Understand you. Yeah, see, there you guys. I see it now. I'll leave it on. Yeah, alright. I'll make, of course. No. I'm going to try to work this car off as good as I can before it's too hard. Because I feel like you can get too used to that one, probably. You keep it light. Fiberglass, as long as you don't make the end of jagged, you use all day fiberglass. But I don't know holes, so I don't know fiberglass. Alright. Oh, okay. So, if I didn't show you already, this is the Bondo I'm using. You get it at your O'Reilly's or wherever, or Amazon. I'm going to try to pull it open. So it says, the U-Pull Fantastic Body Filler. Lightweight, easy sanding. Lightweight polyester filling. It's a big can, obviously, because you get a big can when you have 6 cars to work on. So that's it. And then before I wipe the Bondo on, I hit it with some degreaser. That's what that is. It says Purple Power Industrial Strength Cleaning / Degreaser. All right, that's it. So, and when the Bondo dries, this is, I think, 80. Knock it down with that. I got this hand block, and if I think it's necessary, I'll probably hit it with this air tool thing. It got a finer grit on there, probably more like a 220 or 100 on there, because it eats. All right, so I'll get back to you when I think the Bondo's set up enough to sand, and we find out if I did it good or not. All right, real quick, for those that want to know, I'm sanding it in an X pattern like that. At least that's what I consider an X pattern, like that. Right? And I'm going to do that to all of them. And I'm going to put the video so it goes really fast, so it's not boring. All right? Alright, so it's going good. I know I'm gonna do the video super fast so it ain't boring. I know I've already been going at these two things for 22 minutes. That's what the camera says. So I'm gonna tackle those two, which is probably gonna take me another 20 minutes, which sounds fun. This, probably gonna have to put more on there because it's a really big spot. You can see it, that's low. So I don't know. I said probably should sand it more, but I'm running out of patience. Because, you know, this stuff takes a lot of patience and time. So I'm gonna skip around a little bit, do those ones, and then I'll probably come back to that one, make sure it's 100%. Because patience is limited. Okay, so that's it. And I just got some shade because it's been really hot over here. Alright. Alright, I got all the Bondo figured out. It's all even. Shiny stuff. So, to make all this look nice, all that, I might get a different tool out and knock all that down because that's all rough, old paint and stuff. Let's see what I end up picking out. All right.